All right. So one other general topic that I want to touch on our first show, which is this whole crypto thing. What the heck is that mining Dogecoins, Coinbase, Bitcoin? What is going on? I literally have no idea. Could you try
Yeah.
to explain it very simply?
Okay. So crypto is like another form of investing. Like it's kind of become its own. Like you can invest in currencies. Like you could put money in the British pound, right?
Or
Or
you
like
could invest in vintage guitars, by the way, which is one of the greatest investments of the last 50 years, just so you know. No, because there's a limited supply of them, period. End of story. There were only so many guitars made in 1960, whatever. So they're one of the greatest investments. They just keep going up. But okay, keep going. So you can invest in the
I mean,
British pound.
I'm saying there's investing. I mean, for investing in guitars is more like collectibles. Like I think there's other forms of investing. Like there's real estate. There's buying and selling sports tickets. There's buying collectibles, but that's a little bit different than like investing in currencies. Like currencies, it's like you're betting on that money value to go up or down. Like maybe you like think that the dollar is getting weaker, so you want to put more money in the British pound or the yen, like whatever it is. Like
So
you're
these are not collectibles,
yeah,
crypto.
it's like you're investing in like overall like how you think that currency is going to do.
But how is it a currency? What does that even
So,
mean? In my
uh,
understanding, every US dollar has somewhere along the line like gold backing it, I believe. Is that the technical thing? Like
I think
in
that's
the
kind of
Federal
I think that
Reserve or
was in the 60s. I think that's kind of over with.
that's over with. Okay. But
Like it's
it's got an inherent
I actually
value.
was thinking about this is like, over COVID, like I think I was at Six Flags and I tried paying some money for some ice cream. And they were like, oh, sorry, we don't take cash because of COVID. And I was like, so you're basically telling me that all the dollar bills I have are now worth nothing because you don't want to take it because of a virus. But that just easily shows like if society decided that the dollar is no longer worth anything, it's not worth anything. Like the only thing that's really telling me what I'm worth is my credit card or my bank balance where like I paid my debit card where my debit card is on. Like that was the only way I was able to pay for stuff at Six Flags. So like, the value of everything is all relative to like what people say it's worth.
Okay. So what is crypto? What is it?
So crypto is basically like this other form of online currency, which is a lot easier to trade per se and like make payments and send over to people. And like you don't have, let's say you go to another country, you don't have to like exchange it for like you don't have to like pay like a fee to exchange it from like let's say you go to England and you have to like transfer your money from the dollar to the pound. Like you don't have to do that with crypto. And it's
Because
just
crypto is first of all universal. In other
yeah,
words, a Dogecoin in America is worth the same as a Dogecoin in Indonesia.
exactly. And
Okay. And
also
who's
people think it's safer because the dollar like the only reason it's like safe is like I think the serial number, but crypto is a lot more protected. People say because they use this technology called blockchain. I'm not like such an accounting expert, but like it's like a lot safer where like you're able to like make it a lot more unique. And that's also like what this new thing NFTs are. I forgot exactly what NFT stands for, but it's like, this new form of like online art. And like it has like a specific coding that only one person can have. So like you can own the original screenshot of the first tweet ever on Twitter. And like I think that went for like a lot
but
like
can't you then
$100.
make a copy of that picture and you have it too?
Yeah, but you won't have the exact. It'll be proven that it doesn't have the exact same like code. Like obviously, like it's not like it's like a complex code that's being tracked in this blockchain ledger that's like
Okay.
very much protected. So people think that crypto is a lot safer to use, and also with the universal aspect, like people like it a lot. And obviously, like I think it's more just like it's easier to send money, easier to keep track of. And also just like the past few years, like it's just been going up and up and up because it's such a new thing and more investors are getting into it. So like we're still very early on in the crypto stage. So people that are getting in it, like it could be a really good time.
So crypto is not like a stock in that it's not a representation of owning a share of a company.
Yeah.
It is a currency, and there are multiple kinds of these currencies,
Yeah.
correct?
I mean, there's like, but certain currencies do certain things. Like I know there's like, I'm not like such a crypto expert, and we definitely like I'm gonna have to do more research and hopefully we'll be able to bring in a crypto guest to like talk about different kinds of coins. But every coin has like a unique feature. But like I think Ethereum like uses some really advanced blockchain technology, while Bitcoin's not necessarily like that, but Bitcoin was like the first big one and is worth so much money that like it's really well trusted and has really good brand recognition.
And how would you actually redeem a Bitcoin? Let's say you had a Bitcoin that's worth $1 bajillion now or whatever it is.
like it's like 54,000 right now.
Right. Now what would I do with that? I have a bunch of Bitcoin. Great. Now what?
Yeah. Well, certain companies now, like I know AMC movie theater just came out with that they're now accepting crypto as payment for movie tickets. So like, you can use your Bitcoin to buy movie tickets, or like, I think.
So eventually, do you think? I mean, I think that we're going to head to a point that Bitcoin, crypto, is going to be an acceptable form of payment.
Yeah, if it's an acceptable form of payment, that's when it's really going to shoot up. Because imagine if like right now it's mostly individuals owning crypto. Imagine now companies are starting to trade crypto, and like you buy out a company and you pay it out in Bitcoin. So some kind of company is going to need that much Bitcoin in order to do that kind of transaction. So it's going to shoot the price up like crazy if that many people own it. So in theory, it's like in theory we're still in the very early stages. Like, but it's just nuts because it was literally if 10 years ago I think it was trading at like $1 Bitcoin. Now it's at 50,000.
That's nuts. But also a similar thing happened over Corona with the whole Bitcoin world, where this consumer trading of it now kind of went through the roof. Is that right? That more people had time. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
But still, it's like not that many people are in it. Like there's only probably like a couple million people at most that like are in crypto, and there's billions of people out there, like it's still very new.
So this might be a good time to get into it, is what you're trying to say. I mean, it was a good time to get into it 10 years ago, obviously, but
100%. It's obviously the risk that I'm not, I would say do your own due diligence, and we should definitely get some guest speakers that like are better experts to like talk about it and have conversations. But I mean, I think it's here to stay, but if you think it's just going to be a flop, and like I think in the 1990s there was like the .com bubble, where like all these like stocks like just came out of nowhere and were like,
Pets.com, I still remember it. Pets.com was like, oh, it's going to be the next big thing, and then yeah. I mean, there were
people are worried it's going to be like that, but I think it's very different. Like that was more like overhyping companies that made no sense. This is money. Like it's like a different form of money, and I think especially over COVID and like the amount of inflation that's going on in the market right now, like trillions of dollars were just put in to get for unemployment like stuff. And so what's the real value of the US dollar anymore? Like it's all like, do you trust that more than crypto? Like
or about those guys, the chairmen of the Fed, who were like investing and dumping stocks right before announcements? I don't know if you saw that one last week. So basically,
it's like, who do you trust? Like whatever. Like I'm not saying I put all my money in crypto, but like I think if you don't have some money in crypto, you're doing yourself a disservice. Like I don't see why not put some money.
And that's your opinion.
Yeah, this is my opinion. Like just wait out like 10, 15 years, and if it's still a thing, it's going to be worth way more, assuming that you put it in like a good, safe crypto and not just like some random sketchy one. Like there are, like I said, there's like a whole, because you could kind of just, if you have like the computer programming, you can like just create your own crypto.
You could create your own crypto yourself.
Yeah, and then if people put money in it, it now has a value, and like you could set up a value system to it. But like, if it doesn't have like legitimate backing, or it doesn't do legitimate things, like there's some crypto for online video games. So like, you could send money through the video games. So like that has like a practical purpose.
Right, but just Joe's Crypto or something like that, so that some guy who knows how to program and blockchain made is not going to be worth anything.
I mean, who knows? Like, I mean, maybe you would, but like I doubt it.
Who knows? All right, cool. All right, I think this was a pretty informative kind of start to this. This is actually some fascinating information, and I would say that I started this conversation not fully understanding a lot of this stuff, and I think I have a better understanding of it now.
Yeah.
And
if you have any other questions, definitely let me know.
All right.
And also, we'll go more in depth. Like I'd like to cover all these topics, like pull up charts and like really just like go through
and really go technical. All right. Yeah. This is digital.
But simple. I mean, I hope this is simple. Like I'm just a 23-year-old post-college graduate student.
Right, and I'm a mid-40s guy who has absolutely no clue what you're talking about. So there you go. There you go. Digital Dove, Zach, what are we calling you? Moneybags, Greenberg, Green Stacks, back, whatever. All right, Zach Greenberg, and we'll see you at the next show. Bye, everyone.